I don't like nonchalant men. I like
We
all the
need
chalant.
all the chalants.
He was chalant. He was chalanting too much.
It ain't never too much chalant for me.
But that's what I'm saying. I gotta unlearn my behavior.
Yes, be chalant. He ain't chalant.
They like
That nigga be chalant.
No,
he really over here making up a fucking word.
The word nonchalant is kind of a weird one, isn't it? Because, like, logically, if you can be nonchalant, you should also be able to be chalant. But when we say the word chalant, sometimes it doesn't feel like the same type of word. It feels like we're kind of making a sneaky little joke. And it feels that way in large part because the word nonchalant was borrowed from French with that non prefix already on it. But chalant has a long history in its own right. Like, we can take it back all the way back to the Latin calere, which means like heat or making stuff hot. Which, by the way, means that chalant is distant cousins with words like scald and calorie and coddle. And if you're wondering how do we go from heat to something like nonchalant, just think about it metaphorically. Like, if you're nonchalant, maybe you're relaxed, maybe pulled back, maybe a little bit too cool. But if you're chalant, you're turning up the heat, right? You're applying pressure, you're putting in effort. So it's not really anything that's preventing us from using chalant in English other than the fact that sometimes it feels like we're breaking some type of rule. But when we let chalant run free, like we did in that video I stitched, we see that it fits into English perfectly fine. Cause chalant can be an adjective like how nonchalant is. But when you say something like, he be chalantin', now we're using it as a verb, right? Saying something like, he puts in effort regularly. And if we take this idea further afield, we can potentially say things like, he can't chalant, or he's trying to get better, he will chalant in the future, or he chalants sometimes, or I was really proud of him, he really chalanted yesterday. Now, we're not quite there with chalant yet, right? Like, it's still this sort of jokey thing, but if enough people realize that chalant might be able to stand on its own 2 feet, we might be able to see